More than an hour before the Patel rally in Ahmedabad is to begin, the GMDC grounds are already bursting at their seams. The crowds have already gathered in huge numbers. The Patel community claims the rally will attract more than 20 lakh people and chances of violence are very real, according to the administration. The Patels are demanding reservation in government jobs and colleges, and the BJP is a worried lot. Patels have always been a big supporter of the ruling party.
25 अगस्त को रैली उसके पहले ये स्टेटमेंट दिया गया है ताकि कोई पाटीदार समाज के जो यहाँ 25 लाख लोग आने वाले थे उसको मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग करवा रहे हैं कि वहाँ ना आ जाए, को किसी के माइंड में गलत मैसेज देना चाहते हैं और मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग कर लोगों को पाटीदार समाज को तोड़ना चाहते हैं। हिंदुस्तान के अंदर सुप्रीम कोर्ट के तो बहुत कुछ नियम बने हुए हैं, फिर भी हम उसे फॉलो नहीं करते। रात को 3:30 बजे एक आतंकवादी के लिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट खुलती है, तो ये देश के युवा के लिए, देश के भविष्य के लिए क्या कोई सुप्रीम कोर्ट नियम नहीं बदल सकती? कि हमने अभी तक अहिंसा के मार्ग पर आंदोलन किया, तो जाहिर सी बात है कि हम ये भी अहिंसा के मार्ग पर ही करेंगे। अगर कुछ भी हुआ इस आंदोलन के दौरान या इस रैली या महासभा के दौरान, तो उसकी जिम्मेदारी गुजरात की पुलिस लेगी और गुजरात गवर्नमेंट लेगी।
रथ यात्रा की जिस तरह से हम तैयारी करते हैं उस स्केल से भी बढ़कर हमने काफ़ी एरियाज कवर किए हैं। जीएमडीसी ग्राउंड तो किया ही, जीएमडीसी ग्राउंड के बाजू में जो रोड्स है और एक नो व्हीकल जोन हमने बनाया। अगर ये स्पिल किया तो उसकी भी हमने तैयारी की है। जो रोड्स पोर्शन है ब्लॉक किया हुआ है उस पर क्राउड स्पिल कर सकता है।
All right. Also, Gujarat Chief Minister Anandiben Patel has formed a 7-member team to look into the matter. But on the face of it, at least at this moment, she rules out any reservation for the Patel community.
आप સૌ બંધારણની જોગવાઈઓ અદાલતોના જજમેન્ટથી અને કાયદા કાનૂનથી અજાણ તો નથી જ ને। આપણા બંધારણની આ જોગવાઈઓ સુપ્રીમ કોર્ટના ચુકાદાઓના આધારે एससी, एसटी અને ઓબીસીની અનામતની ટકાવારીમાં આપણે કોઈ ફેરફાર કરી શકીએ તેમ નથી।
और मैं कहना चाहता हूँ कि से नो टू द कास्ट बेस्ड रिजर्वेशन, ये बिल्कुल गलत है कि कास्ट के जरिए से रिजर्वेशन को जो किया है वो सब गलत है। लेकिन ये सब अपनी इनकम के आधार पर होना चाहिए। जो रिजर्वेशन होता है वो कास्ट के ऊपर आधारित नहीं होना चाहिए। मैं एक पाटीदार में जन्मा हूँ, उसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि मैं बहुत अमीर हूँ। मतलब ये रिजर्वेशन नहीं होना चाहिए कास्ट के आधार पर।
हमारा एक ही उद्देश्य है, अनामत लेना है और लेना ही है। कोई भी चाहे लड़के लेंगे या मर के लेंगे, अनामत तो लेके ही रहेंगे।
एक ही मांग है, हमको ओबीसी में ले लो। हम सूरत से करीबन 5 लाख लोग आए हैं आज, पूरी बस भर के आए पूरी रात।
अनामत तो लेके ही रहेंगे,
अनामत हम लेके रहेंगे,
मर के लेंगे
या शहीद होके लेंगे, लेकिन अनामत लेके ही रहेंगे हम।
हमारे बच्चों को बहुत तकलीफें पड़ती है, उसको बहुत ज्यादा टका आती है और दूसरी कास्ट वाले लोगों को बहुत कम टके होते हैं, फिर भी उसको शैक्षणिक और नौकरी में एडमिशन मिलता है और हमारे बच्चे उसमें से बाकात रह जाते हैं।
All right, let's now cut across live to the GMDC ground in Ahmedabad, where we are joined in by Kamlesh Sutar. Morning, Kamlesh. In the morning, in your reports that you were actually filing, you showed us that there are a lot of people who are gathered there. This figure has obviously seems to have crossed 1 lakh at least. Can you show us around? Can you show us the sea of support that this 22-year-old young crusader for the Patidar or the Patel community has been able to gather?
દુનિયાના પેટ ભર્યા છે, એ જગતનો તાત બન્યો છે, પોતે ક્ષત્રિયમાંથી નીચ વર્ણમાં આવી ગયો, પણ એ માત્ર કર્મ આધારિત હતો, માત્ર કર્મ આધારિત। વર્ણ વ્યવસ્થા ક્યારેય જાતિ આધારિત નથી। મારી સંસ્કૃતિએ સૌની પૂજા કરી છે, વસુધૈવ કુટુંબકમ એ આપણી માન્યતા છે। સર્વમાં ઈશ્વર પ્રવર્તે છે, સર્વની અંદર હૃદયેશ્વર બિરાજે છે, સર્વને નમસ્કાર કરીએ છીએ।
The left of the ground where the ground ends, you can see the entire road, and even beyond that, people have filled in the ground and have come here, gathered here in large numbers. So even if we consider the capacity of the ground is around 3.5 lakhs and it is overflowing, and if it is overflowing at this point in time. So it could be just more than 3 lakh people who have already gathered here, and what we are learning that they would be marching towards the collector office to give a memorandum for a reservation. But what I've gathered since the sense here, since the morning is they have been demanding reservations. They say reservations for Patel in the OBC category or no reservations at all. So on one hand, the community is fighting for reservations, they say, and if at all the Patidar, which is one of the strongest community in Gujarat, one of the most influential community in Gujarat, both politically and even economically, they say if there's no reservations, they will topple the government, and they have that power. They have been challenging here right from this stage to the government that if the Patidars are not given their due reservations, the community wants reservations in government jobs as well as educational sector, and if that is denied, the government will have to pay a price for that. And we have seen for last almost 2 months, ever since the agitation has begun, there have been large crowds, be it the rally in Surat, Mehsana, or the culmination of what has been happening for last 2 months. This rally is the culmination, and look at the crowds, till the point till you can see the entire ground is only full of people. It's a sea of people here at the GMDC ground demanding reservations for the Patidar community, and that is precisely why, considering the huge crowd and the huge support that is rallying behind this cause, the government is the worried lot. Ahmedabad Patel yesterday made an appeal to the people, to the agitating community, saying that they should maintain calm and peace because there's a history to this agitation. This is not a new demand, Sanket. The demand has been there for last more than 30 years, even in 1983, 84, somewhere around that. Similar agitations demanding reservations for the Patel community had taken a violent turn, and that has the state government worried. Ahmedabad Patel has asked to keep calm. More than 25,000 cops on the streets of Ahmedabad and around Ahmedabad to keep the situation into check so that there is no untowardly incident. There have been regular appeals from the state to the people present here, asking them to maintain calm and peace and do not resort to any such incident that would lead to any untoward incident. But the government, Ahmedabad Patel, yesterday, though she has formed a 7-member committee, she has said that the cap of 50% reservations by the Supreme Court cannot be bypassed, and that is the reason there is anger here. There have been fiery speeches here, charged up speeches here from the young leaders, and the big speech that is going to start. Hardik Patel, 22-year young man who's been leading this agitation, he will be addressing the crowd, and the crowd here is eagerly waiting for that. It remains to be seen what he says and what he has to offer to this crowd, a massive crowd which runs into lakhs at this point, runs into lakhs.
Right, Kamlesh, many thanks for that comprehensive ground report, though it was, we must admit, a little difficult to hear what you were actually saying because of that blaring audio from the loudspeakers. Of course, we are expecting in just a short moment to hear from Hardik Patel, because it almost appears that at this moment, the biggest story as far as this Patidar movement is concerned is this gentleman, Hardik Patel. The 22-year-old BCom student Hardik Patel has shaken up the Gujarat government by single-handedly channelizing lakhs of Patels by leading their agitation for reservation in jobs and education. Here's a report on this man and his meteoric rise into becoming the Robin Hood for the Patidar community.
Jai Sardar! Jai Sardar! Jai Sardar! Jai Sardar! Jai Patidar! Jai Patidar! Jai Patidar!
2 months ago, no one had heard of Hardik Patel. Today, he has risen as the Robin Hood of the Patel community in Gujarat. 22-year-old Hardik galvanized Patidar masses in a statewide movement to demand reservations for them in the OBC quota. With more than 80 rallies to his credit in the last 1 month, Hardik is becoming the new force to reckon with in Gujarat, convening the Patel community together, demanding OBC status and a separate 5% reservation for landless Patels.
प्यार से हमें हमारी जो मांगे उसे पूरी कीजिए, नहीं तो 1985 में हमने कांग्रेस में को भी उखाड़ फेंका था।
Hardik's last rally in Surat had brought the city to a grinding halt. Over 4.5 lakh people had ventured onto the streets, demanding for a reservation in schools, colleges and government jobs.
जेल भरेंगे, रास्ता रोड रोकना, हाईवे रोकना है, सब बोलेंगे तो हाईवे रोकेंगे,
जो करना है सबके दिशा से करेंगे।
The 22-year-old BCom student did not stop there. He challenged the Gujarat Chief Minister Ahmedabad Patel to an election if their demands were not fulfilled. With Gopi Ghangar in Vadodara, Bureau Report, India Today.